Hello everyone, this is Accurate, and hey, once again I'm a little late to the show, or depending on which one we're looking at, quite late to the show, but I've been doing other things with the channel, and, but hey, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Steel Wool Studio has three little trailers, three little MCM Archive videos, short, sweet, and to the point. There has been a bunch of theories and stuff done on them already, so I'll just start off by getting it out of the way. People are basically being like, this is Murray using the stuff as a body for the mimic. That's not the best way I could say it. The mimic, the idea is that Murray was designing the mimic in the game universe. And it wasn't just like somewhere out of nowhere, the son's sad, let's make him a robot. It's through these things, the Stay Up Latte, the Murray's Magic Coat Rack, the Cleanovac, all that, using the mimic's programming until eventually we do get to the actual mimic. So, let's come to this first one. Get down to the description. Recovered footage from the archive of the inventor, Edwin Murray, digitally restored for archival purposes. And then, of course, Secret of the Mimic available June 13th, which is 10 days away. I think it's June, right? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes, 6th month. I can never remember that. But let's full screen. Oh, okay. Why not restart? Let's see.
You look terrible. I'm exhausted. So much to do by morning. I'll never be ready.
I love the lip thing they're doing with that. And of course, we're seeing this stuff in the background. I'm not going to be going too heavily into any stuff like that. Oh, though I'm going to point out this one thing that's just part of the way it's done. See this? See the dust and stuff? This is mimicking, I'm assuming, old style animation, wherein they're actually clear film that's been painted with this scene. And to animate this, instead of doing something like having a bunch of different scenes, each one hand-drawn to be a separate thing, they have the one and they're just sliding it across the screen. So all the little dust and particles and stuff on the screen are pushed to the side.
Distinctive taste, rich and roasted, yet creamy and sweet. Give me more.
That's Murray's secret recipe. The Stay Up Latte creates the perfect cup of
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah, you can see more of that with the hand there. 2 sheets. And that's where people are focusing on with the whole mimic thing. They've got it. The whole learning and repeating that over and over. And just like, I'm learning about you.
Latte. After 2 full pots, I'm ready to work. Promotion, here I come.
Stay Up Latte. Yeah. So yeah, that's obviously that was the first one that came out. Everyone was crazy about it, and I was doing other stuff. But very much, oh hey, it's learning. Or wait, did I? Yes, like the video, like the video, like the video. Should I be subscribed? Maybe. Now we've got Murray's Magic Coat Rack. This first one I saw, and I've seen bits of these next ones, but I haven't actually gone through and watched them as a whole. We've got that startup thing, which is just like how they do that kind of stuff. Oh wait, full screen. I think that's just on my side where it's restarting for some reason. Oh, I love that music. It's very nostalgia. They've got a different design for the humans in this one.
Distraught by the untidy nature of your house, the solution is here, friend. Murray's
Magic coat rack.
Adjust
I don't know if people have noted it,
your house. The solution is
but
here, friend.
I'm going to comment it since we've got this here. But it very much reminds me of the magical coat, the rainbow coat, because we've got the rainbows in the background. I don't know if it has any actual connection, but that's what, having grown up, having been raised as a kid in the Christian faith, that's what this reminds me of, because this is the kind of, the cartoons and stuff when I was growing up, this was the sort of color theming that they had. They weren't the bright, shocking neon colors that we have nowadays. It was, here's what the coat looked like. And that is the connection my brain made right away. It's the magic coat, except it's Murray's magic coat rack.
Murray's magic coat rack. Adjust for any size of clothing. Jackets, hats, cardigans, blazers, bags, scarves, and more.
The idea here is cool, but as a product, I do not like it. Because it is trying to be done for something other than coat rack. Like, here this is fine. Yeah, jacket. Okay, we've got hats. That's cool. This? One cardigan? One blazer? There's a reason we use closets and not just a bunch of coat racks. This would be wasteful for anything more than a single person. Shawls and scarves. Wait a second. There is... There's a voice. There's a second voice. Yeah, there's a... I don't know if it's actually in the thing or my equipment. But yeah, there was definitely a second voice under the first. I'm going to assume other people have gone into it. But for right now, that's interesting. I'll definitely have to check some other people's videos on it. I haven't been avoiding watching stuff on this, but I haven't been seeking it out just because I did know I wanted to do a video on these. And like, we've got 3 of them now. Maybe there'll be more. In fact, let's refresh. Aww. I was hoping I magically, like, managed to be doing it on exactly the day that they, like, released another one. That would have been hilarious. Anyway. Oh, and this is the Cleanovac. We've got...
Are you looking for the perfect vacuum?
Stop. This is a third style of human.
Cleaner? There are so many to choose from, but none of them
And it's more animated.
fit every corner of your home. Introducing the brand new revolution.
This is interesting for a different reason.
Introducing the brand new revolutionary advancement in technology.
I've got a thought on that.
Never before could a vacuum adjusted
Oh, that's cute.
into hard-to-reach places.
Though it's definitely got
Murray technology to
Jetson
clean
vibes.
from the biggest messes
Heavy Jetson vibes.
to the smallest crumbs. One size fits all. And what you really need most in a vacuum cleaner is friendship. Your family will love the new addition. Mom, you won't have to leave the kitchen for the house to be spotless. And
Oh, that's a bit trouble. She won't have to leave the kitchen. Oh. Haha. Well, it's of the time.
friend for life. Murray's marvelous
Oh, look, and they've got an actual picture of the actual product. Which is a bit creepy. That's...
Cleanovac. Order
Why does it have
one
actual
and
hands?
a happy one.
Oh, and of course...
Order
there's
happy one.
something there. Going with a kind of clowny mask thing, which would make sense. And I just realized I didn't actually check the, okay, so it's the same stuff there. Is it the same here? Yeah, okay.
Why, sweet.
So I just want a good shot of the people.
Solution is here.
Where are the people?
Of your home.
Okay. We've got this, which is highly detailed. However, when we get to the...
Stay up late.
And obviously we've got stuff in the background. But when we get here, we've got clear sign of the old school method of cell-on-cell recording. Here...
Dear friend, Marie,
Go back a bit.
those creating a catastrophic pile. Is your family distraught by the untimely
There.
fate of your house? The solution is here, friend.
They're not moving.
Marie's magic coat rack. Adjust
Not really. Okay, this is the movement that it has.
cardigans, lasers,
And it's... They rely heavily on popping between scenes.
or your pet, or you, if you're
The actual movement tended to be very up, down,
any size of clothing.
like this. Where it's less deformation, more of just like sliding. And then we come to this one.
Introducing the brand new Revolution. There's so many to choose from, but none of
And
them
you'll
are
notice that the character doesn't actually like pop between scenes. As the scenes go on while the things are popping in, that's more of just like the magic of television, like here we have more and more. The character,
Cleaner, there are so many to choose
the character is
from,
just
but none of them
moving.
in every corner of your home.
by the
Okay. This is where I'm going to get my theory from. This one was the first, second, and third. We're just going to assume that the order they're released in here is in fact the order they were released in quote-unquote reality. This one is the oldest. The character is more realistic and everything, but that isn't a sign of further ahead in time. This is a sign of the fact that they were doing it on the cells. They used the human mouth to say the words just because that's the best they can do for quote-unquote animation. This one, later on, in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if these were all like done by different advertising companies, though it is possible that Murray himself did the work. It's just like generally like this kind of thing you'd hire a company to do for you, so that. But this one's the next in the timeline, because while they are more fluid when there is animation with the coat rack, they're more fluid moving around in this one as compared to over here, where when we get to the coffee cup, it's literally just one cell in front of the other sliding it over. This one is sliding as well, but they're able to hide it better, and we don't see you know, it's like we've got the rainbow thing here. This is a very quote-unquote sloppily done design of it.
Try it.
Though that could just be the quality of the film. And then this one here, we finally get into the most recent ad because the characters are actually quote-unquote animated. And this might not be necessarily a representation of the time from when they were done, but rather how successful Murray has been. Though it could be both. Because we definitely had good animation on the cell-based stuff. That's not the problem here. The problem is just this is the cheaper way to do it. You have as few cells as possible for your commercial. What does this mean? Well, I said it. I said it right there. This is representing Murray through the ages, quote unquote, wherein it starts on this, a cheap something he could have done on his own or hired like someone to do cheap for him. As few cells as possible, no background or anything. Well, not no background. They've got one background. And I'm going to assume that the next time they show that background, it's basically the exact same one with only a few tweaks. Yeah. They've added paperwork and stuff, but that is literally going to be just another cell on top. The one thing there is that I think the paperwork actually perfectly covers up. I'm holding my hand up to the thing, so sorry about... Yeah, the paperwork is perfectly covering up where the box was. Okay. Yes. I'm going to nail it down. That's my theory. These are showing a bunch of stuff. Like, obviously, we've got the voice that was underneath the other voice. We've got the various scenes that are kind of appearing as ghosts in the background. However, on a broader view, these aren't only just showing through time, or maybe, like, it's not even necessarily, like, long time between them. Because animation styles, like, technically, we've got, like, Disney and stuff. Like, the animation doesn't have to be bad to be old. However, it's showing how much money Murray has available to spend on advertising. It goes from this, which looks really nice. However, it's like the coffee cup. We go back to the coffee cup being pushed across the screen. We see this here, these dots and stuff. They did not bother redoing the sheet or clearing it off or anything. This is literally just, they did each cell and then they shot the video, or they shot the video. They shot the advertisement. Maybe they did a few tries. Maybe that's why there's scuff marks and stuff on it. But then with each new one that comes out, especially this last one where we've got the mom character, like, actually animating. This is showing that Murray did not fail. We've been theorizing that for a while. Because, like, how would he have all this stuff? Like, just from the fact that we saw a not abandoned looking factory. Like, sure, it wasn't the best, but, like, not abandoned. So, these are doing another go at it. They're providing one more brick to the wall of Murray wasn't a failure. Murray was doing good. Something happened to Murray. Maybe it was the whole wife dying thing, but he was using I'm going to buy into the mimic technology idea. He was using his mimic. The mimic programming. And he was succeeding. This wasn't like in the books. He was a successful businessman going from this, honestly, all right advertisement if you cleaned it up. But he didn't pay to have it cleaned up. To this. This is showing Murray being more and more successful as time went on. And I think Fazbear Entertainment wanted his stuff. I think, my goodness, I think we're going to find out that in the game universe, Edwin Murray was successful. Freddy Fazbear wanted his stuff. They worked with him. They employed him to make their animatronics, but they wanted more. Something happened. And I would not be surprised if one of the things that we find in secret is the fact that the reason Edwin Murray is dead is because of Fazbear. Please, tell me what you think of that down below in the comments. This is Accurate, and I'm signing off.